Hello, and welcome to another episode of New Gameplay Today. I'm your host, Jeff Cork. Joined today by a full house. We've got Dan Tack.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry. Whoops.
That's all right. I wasn't going to say anything useful anyway.
Oh, And we got Matt Miller.
Hello.
Welcome to our professional show.
Here we are.
And Leo Vader.
Hi.
Dan Tack, what are we looking at here?
This is Lord of the Rings, the living card game, which is a Fantasy Flight tabletop card game, now on Steam in early access.
What does a living card game mean?
So let's get it out of the way immediately. This is not like Hearthstone. There is absolutely no PvP component whatsoever. This is a PvE experience against Sauron in different settings. And as a living card game, instead of buying packs trying to hope for the cards you want, you purchase exactly what you want.
This was a move that Fantasy Flight started in their in the tabletop world some years ago, and a lot of people really loved it because one of the things that was that's often frustrating, whether you're talking about digital games or tabletop card games, is that idea that you're going to get a pack and you don't know what's in it. You might get something you already have. You might get cards that suck, and the living card games that Fantasy Flight do away with that whole problem. You know what you're getting in a pack.
Right. So the packs in this game are constructed around a hero. So you bring 3 heroes into a quest. Let's say I love Legolas, like 99% of the nerd population. I can grab Legolas and his support cards for a small fee, and I can use them forever.
Leo would like.
So
to
let's
grab
jump into the
Legolas.
action here. We're going to pick hard because I want better rewards. And I'm going to go with the standard comp. Everybody gets these cards when they start the game, which will be free to play and is not free to play currently for early access. You have to start off with they give you like a smattering of points. But we're gonna have Gimli, is it Arwen or Eowyn? Arwen and Aragorn. A very powerful team, actually.
Yes.
That seems like it would be a pretty powerful team.
A classic composition for the ages.
Yes.
And we're gonna go right into this is the first mission of the game.
Arriving at Beyond's Hall, you've learned the famous Bilbo Baggins was taken by Mirkwood spiders mere hours ago.
In one of the classic settings for Middle-earth, Mirkwood Forest. Always fun. Not so many orcs in here, but lots of really nasty spiders.
I remember this classic scene where Aragorn and Arwen and Gimli go and retrieve the dwarves and Bilbo from Mirkwood. Don't you?
Yep, absolutely.
I think that's totally right. That's what happens.
It was one of them.
In the air.
One of the many lost works.
One of the lost tales of Tolkien.
Also, Tom Bombadil, right, guys?
Actually, yes, you can. Tom Bombadil is a card in this game. He's very powerful. He's one of the rares.
I bet he is.
How about that guy who has covered in bird shit and has sled dogging with rabbits?
I bet he's in here too. The card selection right now is very minimal. We are in early access, so you can only play the Mirkwood missions, and you've only got a few different hero selections. But there's a lot of potential here. I think. I don't know how far they went on the tabletop game, but I'm already very intrigued with this whole PvE questing experience thing, which will have co-op on launch.
I mean, in the original tabletop game, I remember being really pleased with the potential of doing both single-player and cooperative stuff, which I think they're doing here as well.
Co-op is not in yet, but it will be.
Okay.
So you see Sauron has this threat meter. He starts with a bunch of threat based on which heroes you use, like Aragorn is 11 threat, but Legolas is only 9, for instance. So better heroes are going to put Sauron at an advantage right away.
So this is... What license do they have here? They do not appear to have the film license.
They definitely don't, as you won't see any likeness there.
Gimli has a beard.
Characters. Yeah, Legolas looks nothing like...
No.
It's nothing like Bloom. I'm
going to go on record as saying I actually like that.
Really?
I like it better. I appreciate when I can see some original art of a franchise that I really like. I mean, clearly they have something related to the book license so that they can create their own visuals. And I don't know that I need to see painted recreations or even worse, like photos of scenes from a movie or something.
Hunky Orlando Bloom?
It doesn't do it for me.
You can
Sorry.
see here,
Leo.
for players of other digital card games, like you see attack and health. So they look a lot like Hearthstone icons, very familiar.
Right.
However, they also have the willpower stat, which is very important because this game isn't just about killing the monsters, although it's very important. You do quests and take hazards on, like this thing. Instead of killing all these monsters, I could use, for example, Arwen, who has 3 willpower. I could knock this out in 2 shots with her. It's got a 6, she's got a 3 willpower.
And then we get
addition,
that quest action thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Willpower also works on this fate meter, and the fate meter can give you serious bonuses And we're gonna start doing that in a second. But first, I've got a dwarven axe and I have a dwarf, Gimli. So the dwarven axe on Gimli is actually really good. It'll give him 2 more power instead of 1 because he's a dwarf.
Mm-hmm. Got spiders attacking you.
And so you go back and forth. It's very 1-to-1 turns.
Okay.
So we're gonna bang on that big spider there because he's got guard. We have to attack him. We have to get him out of the way first.
Taunt?
Yeah, it's very similar to taunt, except it goes away after the first action they take.
Interesting.
So we've got Aragorn. Aragorn is very powerful. He can go twice if you pay. You notice we have little mana pools. Sauron has a mana pool.
So he's in full Strider mode.
Yes. So if I trigger him right now, he can go again. And I'll do that probably later on in the turn.
Never go full Strider, Jeff.
Don't do it. You're a king.
And Arwen might not seem very powerful, but she gets to heal a unit every turn, which is great.
Yeah.
So I got this little archer. It doesn't seem very powerful, but it does let you do 1 damage right when it comes out, so it's very flexible. And we're basically just throwing her out there as bait for the other spiders.
Sure.
As is often the case. You want to keep your heroes alive. They're the most important. they can die, but if at all possible, you want to keep them alive.
That seems reasonable to me.
Absolutely.
And so when you're out of actions, I have pretty much nothing else to do, except I can trigger Aragorn again, which I probably will. It seems worth it. You basically want to use his move every turn, which makes him so powerful. He just gets to go again if you pay 1.
So how does the ring factor into all this?
I have not seen the ring yet in my missions. I have engaged with Smeagol, though.
Smeagol.
And some of his stuff in the early missions. So he passes. I'm all out of stuff to do. Now we go to the next round.
So Sauron is sitting at the other side of the table?
That's who we're playing against.
Yep.
Okay.
And Sauron's forces.
Big mask.
So
Can't see what he's thinking.
Arwen gets a heal.
Makes it really
gets to
hard.
heal every turn, which is great. Very, very useful in keeping your heroes alive.
He's actually here in the studio with us.
Yeah,
he's very
playing
quiet. We didn't put him on
PvP
mic, but Sauron, he's a...
Always a treat to have him swing by.
He's cool. He gets a little frisky sometimes. Though. You gotta watch out for that guy.
Are you gonna deal with that gate? You gonna deal with
well,
the...
see, I'm on hard right now, so I think especially
You're
when you're
being
playing
careful.
on hard difficulties, what I want to do first, before I do anything, is sort of tap Sauron out on this first mission.
Sure.
Get a chance to work up my fate, because some of these fate bonuses are extremely valuable, and these carry over from round to round.
Oh, okay.
And so you're going to want to... I'm actually attempting to get to 7 right now, because 7, I get to get glowing. And glowing is great to have.
Good old glowing.
Yeah, glowing. Yeah, and he talks about... he does all of his traditional catchphrases.
Everything you want glowing to say.
We're getting hurt a lot. Yeah, you're going to hear it. We're going to put a shield on Aragorn so he takes less damage.
Frankly, I'm tired of all the glowing references.
Yeah, he's just everywhere, right?
It's like the new
on.
Anchorman.
Just all the time.
Oh.
What is this? This is something we probably have to deal with. No, that's not that bad. That's not going to hurt us right now. We'll leave that out. But the hazards can also be dealt with by questers. So generally, heroes and characters have either high attack or high willpower. Some can get both. Oh, nice. Get some. Oh, there's Gandalf.
I know him.
Ooh.
We know that guy.
Yep.
And just like the powerful Wizard of Legend, he only comes into play for 1 turn, and then he walks
Oh,
away.
really?
Yeah,
That's so
yeah.
great.
He's it's quite cool, but he gives a very powerful effect when he does come in. So again, we're kind of slow playing Sauron right now because I want to get glowing out before I travel to the next stage, and you'll see how that works in a second.
Drop that glowing.
It may seem a little slower than other CCGs, but I am actually playing slow due to because I'm trying to explain everything.
Sure.
And the opponent almost has enough threat to trigger their first thing, which is kind of like Fate, and it's a very powerful ability. He's going to get 3 more spiders.
We don't want that.
I don't want that, but it's going to happen. Like, there's no way to get around that. It's going to happen sometime this game. Gimli's getting taken a lot of damage, so I'm going to give him a shield, too. Uh-oh. No, he got me with a trick. Sauron sort of has these trap cards, similar to Yu-Gi-Oh!, where you do something will trigger. And we're just going to go again with Aragorn.
I hate Sauron so much.
In fact, we're going to use him.
He's right here,
Old
Leo.
fire
Come on,
face.
He's
man.
evil. I don't care.
Aragorn's really good because you can use him for Fate, you can use him for attacking. He's just basically all around amazing.
Hey, you got that fate you wanted.
Here he comes, that's right.
We have not been idle.
Yep.
Now we got the dwarves.
So you're spending the fate.
Grosser than a burglar.
Yes,
Got it.
my fate has been spent. But I think, and we're all kind of hurt. Like Aragorn's at 3, Gimli's at 3, and he just summoned 3 spiders. But that said, I think I'm actually getting board position here. If I'm wrong, then we're going to die.
And that'll be entertaining as well.
That will be a new one, even on hard. I am playing on hard because I wanted more points. You get points if you complete the quest. You get nothing if you don't.
I haven't played the tabletop version of this card game in several years, but I remember really liking it because I liked the idea of a card game that had this big PvE quality where you're working together with other people. And I gotta say, like, what I'm seeing so far of this, which I hadn't seen a lot of this digital version yet, I like the UI. I think it's pretty attractive. The art that they have, I think, looks great. I mean, what's been your impression of this game so far? I think it looks pretty sweet.
One day in, definitely very, very cool on it. I mean, very hot on it, rather.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's really cool. I really need to see what they're going to do with it, because they've, honestly, in early access here, we don't have a lot to do.
Right.
There's only the Mirkwood missions and a small smattering of heroes and other cards.
So are there more missions in the physical version of the game?
Yeah, the physical version of the game, there's like a core set that you get, and then you get subsequent packs that are each, like I said before, they're very static, clear packs that you're getting. You know what cards are going to be in it.
We're going to take a look at that right after we complete the mission, for sure.
I mean, the advantage that they have just in terms of like a rollout is I can only presume that they're tapping into all of that content that has been built up in the tabletop game over the years. And so I would think that one of the cool things for people who decide to give this a shot is going to be that you could get into it and have a lot of content that they're going to start rolling out for it, because they've
that's content that's already been created in another form.
Yeah, right? in another game, or in this game in the physical version. So that may be the one thing, is if you'd already been a big fan of the tabletop version, I wonder how much is different.
Oh, and if Soren gets to 50 threat, he wins. So you definitely don't want that to happen.
No, we don't want that.
Just gets a straight win. So I have completed the quest because I'm ready to leave. And I actually got Sting for that, which is a great weapon I'm going to stick on Aragorn here when the opportunity presents itself, which is now.
I know that from the movie.
Gives him one attack, and just like in Sting fashion, it gives him extra damage against orcs and something else. Orcs and spiders. So I'm going to travel on, but when I do, any opposing creature on the field that is still active gets a free hit. So he's going to get to swing for 2, but we're going to live with that, and that's just how it is.
Sometimes in Mirkwood, you just got to run away, man.
Yeah, Mirkwood is a dangerous place. I don't know if you know that.
It is.
You get murked.
Don't get murked is the key. And that's only the first board. Every one of these quests is multiple stages with different objectives.
Bilbo's mind must have been cleared.
And in fact, this is only the first mission, so it's very straightforward. But the other ones give you different choices and paths to take, which will give you different encounters completely.
Immobilized him. He must have dropped Sting. Encouraged, you venture into the shadowy green-grey wilderness that is Mirkwood.
All right, we could probably skip this.
Yeah, we can.
Yap over it.
But basically, there's some really nasty spiders. Hey, they really get into the lore. I got to give them credit for that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
People who like that.
I wish they just, instead of character art, just had the paragraph description from the books.
Yeah, just really tiny font.
Yeah.
So that bear that I just downed was really dangerous, but I'm nice and set up.
Yeah.
Because I took a little extra time in that first mission to, prepare myself for the dangers to come. However, that is a very nasty spider, and normally I would chill on this mission and save up a little bit, but I think I'm just going to go through right now, because I don't want to deal with that spider any more than one turn. So we're going to clear out the quest objective almost immediately here.
He looks more like a grocer than a burglar.
Classic.
I know. Who could forget that classic line?
So I'm wondering, Miller, as someone who did play the tabletop game, do you
So now the mission's I can travel.
What we're assuming is going to be a longer term rollout. Do you find that interesting, or would you prefer it to kind of all come out at once? Because let's face it, this game has been out for years and years.
For one, I don't know enough detail about how they're doing rollout for this. Maybe that is what they're doing. Maybe it's going to be this really long rollout, or maybe it won't be.
Because right now it's just Mirkwood. Is that correct, Tack?
Yes, that's right. But there's more than just this one set of quests.
This is just like an early access version.
We have, this is early access. For one thing, we have more than just this one quest in early access. We have like 5 different Mirkwood missions.
Yeah.
This is just the first set of them. So there's lots more than the one that we're doing right now.
I mean, the easy answer to your question is that, like, I've been really intrigued by this game, because I remember, even though it's been several years since I played the tabletop version, I remember really liking this game. And And everything I've seen from this, and including what we're looking at today, impresses me with the production values that they're doing here, the addition of music and dialogue and background environments and all that kind of stuff is pretty cool. And it's also appealing to me because I didn't keep up with the game as it continued to release lots and lots of other content packs,
right?
And this would be an opportunity for me to do that if I wanted to, which is pretty neat.
So we've killed the actual giant bear right away because I was nice and set up. But I'm actually going to chillax a little bit here.
That's got to be a technical term in the game, right?
It definitely is a technical term, but I want to get... So they have fate missions that can only be done on certain locations since they had a very enemy bear on this map. There's also the chance to get this really, really powerful bear.
Yeah.
If you've got enough fate. So this is where...
Bjorn in bear form.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Very good, very powerful, and will really help us in the next mission. So we are actually going to chill out for a moment, or chillax, as the case may be, and get prepared for that.
Is chillaxing the meta right now?
I think so.
It's pretty meta.
11Zs.
This actually also gives my troops a chance to heal since they're pretty beat up.
I hope there's a second breakfast.
Yeah. Oh, I love second breakfast.
I wish we could see Soren's face right now. He's just got to be.
He is getting smushed for hard, but even on hard mode, this is the first mission, and you're pretty much supposed to be able to beat it unquestionably with your starting crew.
Yeah.
Which is the 3 that I'm using. In fact, the other characters that I have purchased are much weaker, I think, or much more specific, and I've had a much harder time winning with them.
So that's more of a low ship.
Oh, hey, you did it.
I got there eventually. Don't worry about it.
I think eventually you got there, like straight up. That was good stuff. So I'm actually kind of just sandbagging right now. I want to get that big bear before we move on. So I'm kind of just slow rolling him.
Just nibbling on whatever he plays.
Yeah. So normally Gimli only has one fate, so you wouldn't use it, but in this situation where I've got him under the gun, I can just sort of
just hang out,
enjoy myself, get the 8 fate I need, summon my bear, and then leave. This is a big bear. He's got block, so he takes 1 less damage.
Yeah.
And he's got stalwart, so we can attack twice in a turn, which is just absolutely insane. Okay, so we're traveling. Soren just got more fate, and I think this is the final quest for this one.
For the monotony of the forest.
Yes.
Oh, finally the spiders are here.
This is the final encounter.
All right.
Soren's going to start with a fate effect.
What is... Oh, card's moving.
Yes, that's the companion we need to save. Oh my god, what? I don't remember that. Okay, that...
All right, so the bear was
cool.
That's what you get for playing on hard.
I don't remember that effect ever. Yeah. All right, we're going.
Tack is just drenched in sweat right now.
I actually am very nervous about this. Wow. Did not.
How are we going to handle this?
No, Aragorn's big and he's got sting, so that's a... Oh god, he's taking some serious damage. We're gonna get a blocker out. These guys only cost 1, but they come with guard, so that's...
Leo, check this shit out. This is like a fail ship.
Oh,
right here.
That's so...
You're going for it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good pull.
It
worked well once.
Nice,
Just do it again.
Yeah, it's real good. I gotta tell you, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Classic.
Man, that's gonna give him threat every turn, but I honestly am not that concerned about that.
Well, his threat's pretty low right now, right?
Yeah, I don't have... well, he's got 5 more points to go to 45. I don't even want to know what that is.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Whoa.
What are these? I don't remember these. I don't think he'll get there. That's okay. We're gonna have to let it ride for now. We got an Aragorn. Okay, he needs a buff. That'll restore 1 HP to him every turn. Gandalf is very expensive. We might not see him this game.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know.
What do you think his line would be when you play it?
A wizard arrives precisely what something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he says, "I am the servant of the sacred fire," secret fire, or something like that.
You should say, "You shall not pass." Right,
a very classic line, you know.
I love it.
All right, we're gonna dig into this spider.
He cannot stand alone.
Leo was really pleased with that one. I can see it in the booth over there, and smiling to himself.
No, he was just
about not passing in a card game.
This is the best show on the internet.
We're trying.
It really is.
I am truly a fan.
It's very smart stuff.
Not a lot of people know how smart this show is.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hidden gem.
It's a hidden gem.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying it.
Yeah.
So okay, we rescued the guy who was struggling. So we
Well
won.
done. Victory.
You mean Bilbo? You just call him
It was not
the
Bilbo.
guy?
It's not Bilbo. We didn't find Bilbo. We found somebody else.
Oh, it was a really disappointing blind bag. You slice it open.
Because,
Some
as you
ugly
said,
dwarf.
this is just one mission of the larger
Correct.
scenario
Which
in
is to rescue
Mirkwood.
Bilbo. And we will get to Bilbo at the end, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I got a bonus for hard difficulty. I got some other stuff for other ones. And you can use these things to buy missions and packs. But it is kind of grindy.
All right, let's see what the store looks like.
Yes, let's go back.
How much money are you going to spend right now in real life?
I have spent $7 to get in the early access, which came with a bunch of Valor. And I have also purchased some characters for $2 a pop that come with their packs. Let's check it out.
You're rich.
I
got
know it,
so
man.
much money.
I know. Okay, so here's Faramir's pack, so you know exactly what you're getting. You're getting Faramir and cards that are good with Faramir. And Legolas, the same sort of deal.
Wait, what? That's Legolas?
I know, right? Looks nothing like... So here,
You're not. You're an imposter.
So I've got Legolas and I've got Eowyn,
Uh-huh.
and they come with these things.
Right.
So support cards that you can use in any deck, but they're usually... They set it up so you're like, hey, it's really obvious. Use these cards with them because they're good together. And so right now you've got Faramir. Dwayne. Is that it?
Dwayne.
Dwalin.
I like Dwayne the dwarf.
Everybody knows.
Everybody
the famous
knows
Dwayne.
Dwayne
Yeah.
the Dwarf Johnson.
That's right. And of course Legolas, who I'm having a lot of trouble getting going. Actually, he's very fragile, and the enemies love to destroy him.
Because they're like, you're not Legolas. Get out of here.
And Eowyn's pretty good because she actually functions really good as a willpower or an attacker, but she's kind of fragile. You kind of have to beef her up with her other cards.
So are the cards what they are? Are there like shiny, rare variants that have a little better?
That's the whole point.
Nope.
Right? Like the living card game thing. They don't do that kind of
Like
bullshit.
you're not trying to get chase cards when you get a pack. You know exactly what you're getting. Like I know when that I'm getting Legolas and I'm going to use Legolas.
Yeah.
And you can also use these points, these Valor points, to get other things to fill out your decks if you want to just get specific cards.
I would imagine that has
Like
to change
Tom
the way
Bombadil.
that they design the cards too, knowing that we can't have just a
Oh,
bunch
look
of
at that
garbage
art.
bummer cards.
Yeah.
We all remember Tom
amazing.
Bombadil. He's a great
This is
guy.
why he wasn't in the movies, Leo. You see that?
The sex appeal.
There's too much.
He's actually quite
And there's a lot of
powerful.
sex scenes with Tom Bombadil in
Yeah,
the books, which
very.
that might have been
And
weird.
if you try to
Very
keep him but
racy.
cut those out, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So, and then like everything is dictated by your heroes for what you can build in a deck. They all come with a symbol. So it's actually wise to have 3 different symbols in a deck if you want to get a good variety.
Yeah.
You could just have all red symbols, for instance, but then your card selection would be very limited. So it's wise to include, a purple, a green, a red, and then you can use all the cards associated with them. If you went with 3 reds, your card selection would pretty much suck. But it's up to you to figure out how you want to do that.
Well, this looks like, from my perspective, as coming at it as somebody who likes the tabletop game and likes tabletop card games in general, I'm really stoked about this. I think this game looks pretty cool. Jeff, I'm confident that you have not played the tabletop game.
That's a correct assumption.
What do you think about this game?
I think it looks interesting, but I probably will not play it.
Because you don't like card games?
What platforms is it available
And
on?
so when we went through this one, but I
It's
have
on
these
PC,
2
I
are
think.
unlocked.
Is it just on PC?
Yes, right now.
Okay. Seems like a perfect tablet game. I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say that.
I agree. So again, I'm saving up for this next mission, which I will,
Sure.
which I will have soon.
So how have they handled that monetization? Can everything be earned with Valor and then
Yes.
purchased, including characters?
correct.
Okay.
They are.
That's
They
cool.
are. They
It's
are.
just grindy.
It's just grindy.
Okay.
You're going to be going through Mirkwood a lot if you don't want to shell out.
Right.
I did the math, and it was like, well, $2 or a lot of spider slaying.
Sure.
to
But
get-
I mean, it's a free-to-play game.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
So-
it will be right now to get in the
Right,
early
I
access,
understand.
You pay for a little bit. You get like 7,000 Valor to start. And
Have they given any indication to your knowledge about how long they're going to stay in early access, or is that
I
still up in
believe
the
it
air?
says on Steam like 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
And then we're expecting co-op and a bunch more stuff on the official rollout.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
So far, so good. I'm having fun with it. I am not one that likes like straight up PvE card game. I was like, what? Like this is not going to be for me. But I feel like it really vibes into the whole like Lord of the Rings nerdiness, and I've enjoyed that. They got good voice lines, even though they don't look anything like the movie counterparts. Right? It's kind of cool in a way to go their own take on Middle Earth.
Well, they're basing it on the books, right?
Right.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that's what they're doing.
Does Legolas have black hair in the books?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Interesting.
But I would bet that if they did it with dark hair, there's probably a reason for that. It would not surprise me if the movies kind of went a little bit weird on that.
They're just fake fans. They didn't know
The
what
Prince
color
of
his hair
Mirkwood.
was.
You don't want to mess with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping for some more heroes, more cards. I mean, obviously we're going to get all that, but
Yeah.
this is what we've
Interesting.
got right now. Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking us on a grand adventure, Dan Tack.
I had fun doing it, and I hope you did too.
Absolutely.
And Sauron had a great time too, which is the
Sauron did
important
not
thing.
have a good time.
He's got a big thumbs up right now.
He sure does.
He reached over and you got to shake his mighty
Now, yeah,
hand.
just to be clear, the stuff like we had only the basics going on in that first mission. There's some. It actually gets much more cooler with the winding paths and you can take and and special mechanics they put in. Like your heroes get webbed up. You only get one hero for the mission because two of them get webbed. You have to decide. Or like Smeagol does random things while he's on your team, and he's
And
really
things do
annoying.
branch, if I
Yes,
remember
big
correctly,
branches.
right? There's
Big
big branches
branches.
in the storytelling
Yes.
depending on how things go, which I remember thinking that was super cool.
It's
in
almost
the
like
card
doing
game.
your own little story, and it's pretty cool in that respect. And and co-op, I think, is going to be interesting too.
For sure.
Cool. Well, Leo, didn't get to you yet. Thanks for watching too and helping us.
My pleasure. New gameplay today. We got new episodes every week on YouTube or GameInformer.com.
Yeah, you should watch them because it is a very smart show.
For esteemed gamers.
Yes, exactly. Only the experienced need apply.
Only
gamers-
the most elite gamers watch this show,
Gamers rise up,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Rise up!
No fake gamers. All right. Well, thanks for watching, you true gamers. You. And that's it. Bye.